Welcome to episode 3 of Suburban Death Metal Dad Recommends. This episode is about the band Nocturnus. So, I first heard Nocturnus would have been around 1990, and that was the Grind Crusher compilation from Earache. Had that on cassette, and pretty unique for the time with the keyboards and the occult sci-fi mixture with the lyrics and the imagery. Thought it was really cool. So, and on the Grind Crusher comp, that was the song BCAD, Before Christ After Death. So, went looking for their debut album, The Key, picked that up and was not disappointed. It's a great release. Like I said, they had the keyboards, and then the guitar playing is absolutely phenomenal. Mike Davis, Sean McKinney. So it was something different, and I really liked it. And so after that, in 1992, they released the album Thresholds, and Mike Browning, who had been doing vocals along with drums, was now just doing drums, and they brought in a new singer named Dan Izzo. And to be honest, I actually like his vocals a bit more than Mike Browning. And Thresholds, bit of a change also, other than the vocals. Kind of moved away from the occult satanic lyrics and more towards science fiction for the most part. So I really like this record. It's very good. It's probably my favorite one. Just a little bit more than The Key, I think. It's pretty close, but I'm going to go with Thresholds. Probably is my favorite. I listen to that one the most. And then a little bit after that, they released a 2-song EP with it's self-titled, with Possess the Priest and Mummified. And Possess the Priest, I guess, was an older song they reworked, and Mummified was brand new. And also a good release. Just 2 songs, but I like them a lot. And so a little bit after that, it seems like the band broke up for a while. And in the later 90s, they got back together, actually, without Mike Browning. So they brought in a new drummer and also a new singer, bassist named Emo Mowry, and released the Ethereal Tomb album, which I think is pretty good. It's not bad. Out of the 3 albums, it's my least favorite, but it's a good one. I would say it's maybe a little bit tamer than Thresholds as far as the sound. They went for a more atmospheric sound, I guess. The guitars are still really good, but they're not as progressive and technical as the previous releases. It seems like they held back as far as that goes. And then they went on for a little while and then basically broke up again. And that was pretty much the end of the band. They released a DVD in 2004 that has some shows from the 3 different eras, The Key, Thresholds, and Ethereal Tomb. It's pretty rough, the DVD, the quality and everything. It gets a little bit better through each era, The last show from the Ethereal Tomb being probably the best quality, but it's worth having if you're a Nocturnus fan, I think. Like I said, it's a bit rough, but it's called A Farewell to Planet Earth, if you can find it. And so, what else did I want to talk about? Okay. And the demos, they had 2 demos, and I actually didn't get these till much later, till after, they broke up. So probably in the 2000s, they released a compilation with her 2 demos, which is just Nocturnus and the Signs of Horror. And the Nocturnus demo, the first one, is notable because Vincent Crowley was a part of the band at that time, and he performed on that. Talking about Vincent Crowley from Acheron. And yeah, they're pretty, I mean, obviously they're demos, so they're, a bit rough sounding, but, they're cool. I like them. I listen to it once in a while. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'll just kind of show, what I have. I first mentioned the Grind Crusher compilation, and I had it on cassette. I don't have the cassette anymore, but, I got the CD. And this is a Earache Records compilation. It's got a lot of great stuff on it. Morbid Angel, Repulsion, Carcass, Bolt Thrower, Napalm Death, Entombed, some other lesser known stuff, Spastic Blur, Heresy, Sore Throat, Godflesh, Terrorizer, also on there. And I mentioned this was the compilation with the 2 demos on CD put out by Candlelight Records. And of course the debut, The Key, awesome death metal record in my opinion. And Thresholds, my favorite pretty much. Going back to The Key though, some favorite songs on there. I like, Lake of Fire, Visions from Beyond the Grave, the Andromeda Strain, Empire of the Sands is a good one, and of course BCAD, which is on the Grind Crusher. And Thresholds, Climate Controller, the opening track, I think is very good. Tribal Vodun, they do an instrumental, Nocturne in D minor, I really like that. Aquatica, Arctic Crypt, Subterranean Infiltrator, pretty much the whole album. Ultra Reality, they did a video for that, and Grid Zone was the last track. I like them all. They're all really good songs. More of a progressive record, people say. And I guess I could agree with that. And then they had the EP, 2-song EP. I like that a lot too. Possess the Priest and Mummified. And of course the comeback album, Ethereal Tomb. Favorite tracks on there probably Orbital Decay, Apostle of Evil, Search for the Trident. They do a song called The Signs of Horror. I guess my least favorite thing about the album is maybe the vocals. Each of their records, they had 3 different vocalists, Mike Browning, then Dan Izzo, and then Emo Mowry. Dan Izzo was my favorite, then Mike Browning, and then Emo Mowry. They're all not that much different. You can understand what they're singing for the most part. It's not like any death growls or anything, but it fits the music, I suppose. And the DVD, Farewell to Planet Earth, with the 3 different shows. And then of course I do have vinyl. It's the Science of Horror, and it's got the Nocturnus demo on it from Nuclear War Now Productions. And this is like a green vinyl. And, let's see here. The Key. This is on yellow vinyl. I love the artwork on this. It's like a science fiction evil type thing. It's pretty cool. Even the back artwork, you can see that. Or the band's kind of like, I don't know, amalgamated with the background there. And my favorite here, Thresholds, on purple vinyl. I like that cover a lot too. The space cosmic theme there. I like that a lot too. And also on green vinyl, the Ethereal Tomb album. Artwork's fine, not bad, but nothing exciting. And they didn't use the original logo, kind of a really simple font on there. Like I said, it's still pretty good. It's just not as good as the other two albums, but it is worth checking out. Nocturnus, in my opinion. If you haven't heard him before, I guess probably just go in order. Start with the Key, then maybe Thresholds and Ethereal Tomb. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I figured if I'm talking about Nocturnus, I might as well include the band Nocturnus AD that Mike Browning put together with members from his previous project called After Death. And Nocturnus AD basically is a continuation of the sound and the themes from the Key, and they have 2 albums now. This is Unicursal, which just came out here in 2024, last month, and Paradox, which came out May of 2019. And I've listened to Unicursal, the new one that came out, a couple of times already, and I like it. I think it's pretty much on par with Paradox, continuation of the Key sound. So if that's what you're, a fan of, that era of Nocturnus, I would say definitely check out Nocturnus AD. And there's a video which just came out this year, prior to the Unicursal album, called Cephalogod, and it's pretty sick in my opinion. It's got the Lovecraftian horror type, imagery down, and my understanding is maybe they used AI to make the video. I'm not sure, but it's pretty sick and wild, and the song's really good. So definitely check that out. Thanks.